Hello YouTube and welcome back to another sensor spotlight. Today we're going to be looking at the delay sensor. So if you want to skip to any part of this tutorial at any time, just click one of the annotations at the top of the video. If you haven't seen the Always Sensor Spotlight yet, go and see that because we're going to be basing this tutorial off of that one. Okay, so first off, what does the delay sensor do? Well, the delay sensor becomes positive on a delay. So for instance, here you can see I have the delay set at 60. That means that this sensor is not going to go positive until 60 frames after I start the game. Right now I have it set to just move up on the Z axis. So if I play the game, you see it does nothing, and then about a second in, or 60 frames into the game, the cube moves up. So this is useful for something that you don't want to have happen right when the game starts, but maybe you want it to happen a little bit after the game starts, or if you want some sort of delay between actions. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at the delay sensor. Okay, so we can see that it has all of the same buttons as the Always sensor, yet again, but we also have a few new options here. We have delay, duration, and repeat. So starting on the left, we have delay, and this is the number of logic ticks or logic frames before the sensor turns positive. So for instance, this is set to 60 right now. That means the sensor will wait 60 logic ticks or 60 frames before turning positive. If we choose a delay of 0, then the delay sensor acts pretty much the same as an Always sensor, because the sensor will wait 0 logic ticks before turning positive. Next to that, we have duration, and duration is the number of logic ticks that the sensor will wait to turn negative after it is turned positive. So for example, if I have a delay of 5, that means the sensor will wait 5 logic ticks, it will turn positive, then it will wait 1 logic tick, and then it will turn not positive. So if you know anything about PWM signals, or pulse width modulation signals, this is very relatable to that. The delay can be thought of the length of a low signal, and the duration can be thought of as the length of a high signal. So a delay of 5 and a duration of 1 is going to have really long low signals and really short high signals. But with a really high duration, we will have really short low signals and really long high signals. And then on the far right, we have the repeat option. So normally the delay sensor just goes through this once, which in this case would mean that it would wait for 5 seconds, go positive, then wait for 60 logic ticks, and go not positive. And then that would be it. Now with repeat turned on, that means that it will more or less loop around. So for this example, it would wait 5 logic ticks, go positive, wait 60 logic ticks, go not positive, then it would wait 5 ticks, and then go positive again, and so on and so forth. Okay, so now we're going to switch over into Python to see what some of the attributes are you may want to use with the delay sensor. Okay, so here we are in Python, and again you'll notice that we can get the sensor the same way as all of the others, and you'll notice that the only unique attributes that the delay sensor has are configuration attributes, which, as you'll recall, are basically the same as the buttons on the sensor. So the first of these we see is delay, and this is a number between 0 and 5,000, and this is the same as the delay setting on the sensor itself. Next we see we have duration, and that is also between 0 and 5,000. Again, that is the same as the duration setting on the sensor itself. And then we have repeat. And this is going to be a Boolean, true or false, that tells the sensor whether or not it should repeat. Again, the same as the setting on the sensor itself. And again, remember with configuration attributes, you can also read what the variables are as well as setting them. So right here, we are setting the variable repeat to equal whatever the setting is on the sensor, which would be either true or false. Okay, so that was a look at the delay sensor and some of the attributes you might want to use for it in Python. Next time we get to look at one of the bigger sensors. Next time, it is the joystick sensor. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. I will try my best to answer them. If you'd like to see more about this and the other sensors that I'm going to be covering in this series, there is a link in the description for that. Also, if you'd like to suggest any future tutorials, there is a link in the description for that as well. So, like I said, next time we're going to be looking at the joystick sensor. But until then, thank you guys very much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day.